Hey, this your boy DJ Wolf on a Friday, hopefully quiet Friday. I got a couple things going on this weekend and then next weekend. It's crazy. I'll talk about some of that a little later in another podcast. Anyway, I want to talk about a statement and a comment. A statement that was said by Denzel Washington about prison, and a comment by part of a comment that YouTuber actually made as well, which I'm actually sort of semi-offended by. Let me get to Denzel's comment. I don't have the actual quote with me, but I'm gonna pull up a live podcast sometime this weekend, and I'll go more into detail about what he said as well as the YouTuber. I'm going to paraphrase this right now. Denzel Washington actually was talking about, I guess it was an interview that I guess was a little interview that was taking place somewhere. I don't remember where. Like I said, I'll get to that information on another time. But Denzel mentioned about the prison complex and in general. And he said that a lot of the stuff that causes young men to go to prison or even be incarcerated is caused because of the fact that it needs to be taken care of at home. In other words, he's trying to say, basically, you need to get your kids straight before you get to that point. And I ain't gonna lie, I had to agree with him on that. You know, and I saw a little bit of interview where he said basically, you know. Because what's going to happen if the parents aren't there for you the way they should be, your father won't be the streets and your mother will be the judge. That's paraphrasing, but that's kind of what he said. And if you think about it, he's right. You know, now the YouTuber, who I'll leave nameless, really, he's kind of well known in the industry as well. But I mean, I won't say his name. I'll leave it at that. He basically was saying, I'm gonna paraphrase his too, that Denzel don't know what he's talking about because he's a wealthy guy. You have to understand, Denzel was raised in the hood now. You know, I think he had both parents, but I'm not 100%. I think he did. But he was raised, he was raised in New York. I mean, geez, you want to tell me that he don't have any credibility now because he's a very successful, wealthy actor? Of course he do. You know? I mean, I do okay myself. I'm not rich by no stretch of the imagination, but I'm doing better than a lot of my family. I'll say that. I mean, a lot of my relatives and stuff like that. And I'm not saying to toot my own horn or brag about it. I'm really not, because I ain't in all of that. But I will say this: just because I make a decent salary and all of that, I ain't rich. But just because I make a decent salary doesn't mean all of a sudden that I think I'm better than anybody, or because I don't know the struggle. Or because now I'm 53 and you're 25. I don't know what it's like to live in 2017 as a 25-year-old man, even though I'm 53. But what I do know, like Denzel know, is experience. Okay? Because when you are older, you do have a lot of life experiences that a lot of 25-year-olds and some 30-year-olds don't have. You know? So I think he knows what he's talking about, but some of y'all young people don't want to accept it because you're the ones that want to think you're smarter than the situation and you think you're smarter than the older guys. I know what's going on, bro. You don't know what's going on today. Your head's up in the clouds because you got money. And that's kind of what the YouTuber said. And I was so angry about that. I said, dude, you want to tell me that, because he makes money and maybe you don't at the point where you at, based on the point where he's at in his life, all of a sudden he doesn't know the struggle. That's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard. And I actually wrote him back on his in his comments on his channel and told him basically, look, you guys use the same old tired ass excuse every time somebody try to tell you, or somebody of a public figure try to tell you about what needs to be straightened out in your life and what's wrong with things that are going on in your communities that you're not taking care of, and all of a sudden you want to point out, oh, well, you got money, or you don't know the struggle because of you ain't been here. Come on now. That's a tired excuse. Yet you won't recognize about the bullshit that's going on in your neighborhoods. You constantly want to be praised all the time. You want to be constantly uplifted. Nothing wrong with being uplifted. I will say that. There's nothing wrong. Okay, ambulance going by. So I'm before I go. There's nothing wrong about being uplifted as a black man in this country. You know, we should do that. The problem is you want to talk about people being uplifted when they weren't being uplifted prior to that. You know, y'all want to say stuff after the fact. And I noticed that. Well, you should be uplifting the people. Oh, we should be uplifting people, but meantime, you breaking people, you breaking niggas down. Trust me, I know from experience about being broke down. I've had some family members try that shit with me, okay? Try to tear you down. But all of a sudden, somebody tell you, hey, you need to do a better job of taking care of your kids. Hey, you need to stop, get off the drugs. Hey, you need to clean, help clean the streets. But as soon as they say that, then you go on with this, oh, why you down there? There's a lot of positive things in the back. We know that, okay? But then there's a lot of negative stuff too. What do you say? Take the good in with the bad, take the bad in with the good. In other words, you have to understand there are both sides to the coin, and you can't sit there and just pick and choose which ones you want to flip. I'm sick of this shit. That shit pissed me off. These fucking trolls and some of these fucking YouTubers. Yeah, I said it. I'm sick of this mess. Every damn time, not only a black person promise, but somebody like myself have brought up subjects like this, and say, hey, we'll point out a lot of messes going on, and then y'all get upset. Y'all like ratchet shit, but somebody say, hey, why you doing that ratchet shit? Then you want to go and pop off talking about, well, you should be saying about all that people. It ain't all of us. Shut the fuck up with this bullshit. I'm sick of it. For real. Sick of this shit. There's nothing better than some of the people in our culture like more than misery. They love misery, I'm telling you. I know people like this personally. They love fucking misery. They say misery loves company? Well, it's never lonely. I tell you that right now. Never lonely. Not in our community. No. Long as you happy with stress and strife, it's all good. But as soon as you tell people, hey, man, you don't need to be doing that, all that stuff. Why are you telling me what to do? See, that's the first thing every fucking time. And this ain't something I'm talking about. Just talking about. This ain't something I heard. This is not even a rumor. This is what I know. There are black people in our community that you can't tell them a goddamn thing until it's almost too late. I know people like that. Okay? And then you got people that get jealous of you because you're doing something for yourself, and then you try to say, and then they'll ask you, well, how you do this? How you do that? And then you tell them how you do it, and they're like, oh, I can't do that. But you want to be uplifted. You want to get your butter biscuits. You want to bail out. But nobody can actually express why you need to be uplifted. Because if you want to be uplifted, you got a reason to uplift yourself in your mind. Okay? If you want your butter biscuits, you got to work for it. You got to earn it. And one thing I say about me in life, especially my experiences the last several years or several decades, is I had to earn it. It's like when you're a teenager or a young kid, you want to be able to earn a little extra money by mowing grass or raking leaves or trimming hedges off branches off of shrubs and stuff like that. And somebody said, "Well, I'll pay you $15 to $20 to do to rake my leaves, or maybe $20 to cut my grass, or something like that." Do you honestly think that they're gonna just give it to you for free? No, they want you to earn it. You know, it's called earning a living. But in your case, you're just trying to earn a lot of extra money. But I'm just saying, in general, charity does start at home. Experiences start in your neighborhood in terms of the things you need to be doing to try to learn how to work and work hard. This is why you have guys like Denzel Washington that are successful, because they work. You know, he earned what he had to do. But then every time, he try to give you some sound advice about what you need to do in your communities, all of a sudden, he don't need to be telling me that because he got money. That's just a punk-ass excuse. It is. I'm sorry. I just get irritated by it. You worry about what's in this fucking wallet, and Denzel has been known for being charitable. So I don't know why this nigga talking about this silly motherfucker talking about, well, no, Denzel, he got this money, but he don't know what he's talking about. Yes, he knows what he's talking about. And you gonna talk about trying to compare his vast experience and knowledge as a 60-plus-year-old man versus a 30-something-year-old man? Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. I'm sick of this shit. You have no idea his experiences, okay? And he was a youth during the civil rights era. A younger youth during the civil rights era. So how the fuck you want somebody to say what experience he got versus what you got? Like, my experience is different from his. It may be a little bit different, but you know what? It's the same struggle. You know? And you gonna tell me that black men didn't go to jail 50 plus years ago like they do today? Yes, they did. There might have been more jobs, but black men went to jail that had been incarcerated for crimes they didn't commit. That's been going on like that forever. You know, since during slavery and prior to that. Okay? That's always happened. You know? Yeah, he could talk about that. How you gonna say, you don't know what you're talking about? Get the fuck out of here. You know? That's always happened. It ain't just start happening. Disproportionate amount of black men going to jail is nothing new. This has always happened. This has happened for fucking decades. Are you serious? This has always happened. This has been going on forever. Long before you, probably your mama, daddy, and granddaddy, and grandmama was born too. Just sick of this, man. These young guys, they're always trying to compare what they're going through versus what older people who try to give them sound advice going through. Like, the older people don't know what they're talking about because they ain't had to deal with it. No, you don't know that. You don't even know. You have no fucking idea. It just really it really gets under my skin when guys say that. Instead of giving the man benefit of the doubt about what he's talking about and listening to what he's trying to tell you, no, you want to go on the attack because of the fact that the guy was able to do his thing and rise above the occasion to be successful like himself, and he's trying to give you sound advice, and you want to act like a little bitch and cry about it. Oh, you're wrong. I'm just sick of it. It just really gets under my skin. I mean, I'm sorry, it really does. You know? And then you got these fucking trolls out here be like, you know, get a fucking life. Half of y'all spend all day on fucking YouTube all day and they talking shit, but then you ain't got no life though. And you wonder why guys like Denzel are successful. Really? Really? Fucking really? Boy, I tell you, man, you know, niggas be crying about getting butter biscuits, but they ain't willing to earn it. You ain't willing to work for it. You know, it's like, please, man, I have another, but you won't work for it. Oh my God, it's just, I tell you, man, we live in a crazy world, man, where people just feel a self to entitlement without having to earn or put their back into it when they work, you know, to earn any gratification on real work. You know? No. Nope. Just give me a job. That's it. You know, I try to tell some young people that too. I say, look, years ago, that's a true story. Had a family member. Well, let me put it like this. I went over my relative's house, well, in-laws' house, and they had 3 of the nephews was over there. They're all around high school age, about to be juniors, or they were juniors and seniors, or about to graduate. So myself and another in-law was discussing about, you know, prison and trying to stay out of it and ways you can stay out of it and all of that. Do you know the female in-law went off on me about telling them that? Yeah. So after that, because she made it look like we didn't know what the fuck we was talking about, and the fact we were wrong for telling that, because she said, oh, quote, y'all scaring them. Now these are high school kids. These not 3-4-year-olds you're talking to, or 5-year-olds, or even 8-year-olds. You're talking to high school seniors, okay, about this. And since that time, 2 of the 3, actually, I think, 2 of the 3 actually went to jail. One of them spent 6 years in jail for a crime. Matter of fact, I think both of them did. 6 years apiece. And think about it. If she had been more behind what we had said, instead of talking about, oh, don't tell them that and all that, you know, ain't no telling what outcome would have been for the betterment for the both of them, had she allowed us to really school them about why they need to get themselves straight and fly right. It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense at all. And in lies the problem. Until we can actually evaluate what's going on in our neighborhoods, our communities, regardless of who controlling this system, okay? Regardless of who the powers that be are, the end result is you, as a guardian or parent, holds the key. Not just your family, but your neighborhood as well, and your communities. Holds the key to these children's futures. And that's a fact. There's no backbiting to this shit. It's real talk. Because if you don't, many of these children's future are in total chaos if we don't start keeping them straight in line, regardless of what your situation is. And I know, like that one YouTuber, I think he was trying to use being poor as an excuse to do crime. You know, not everybody that's poor do crime. Not everybody is rich is a good person. Now we all know that, and vice versa. But you can't use and be excuse using being poor as an excuse to say, you know, that's why I commit crime. You had families for decades. I know, my families, my parents' families were dirt poor. Okay? They were not doing this shit. And guess what? It was 13 of them. So don't give me that bullshit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. For real. I'm tired of excuses that some of these young people make in this day and age, in 2017. They make the most piss poor excuses I've ever heard. And it's getting to be really old and tired. You know? You have too many good opportunities out here to do great things. You know? But the problem is some of y'all want to party and bullshit and squander. I've seen that happen too, so don't say, oh, I don't do that shit. Yeah, we know you fucking do it. Stop lying. You know? Well, I'm going to end it with this. Denzel was telling the fucking truth. Y'all need to stop lying yourselves about the things y'all do. Some of y'all know that that's what y'all do, and you need to be honest with yourself about it. And stop bullshitting people about, oh, I don't do it. You know you do it. Confess up with what you're doing. Get yourself right. Get yourself right while you have time. Before you end up in a prison complex. Like he was saying. Or worse. This is DJ Wolf. That's all I got to say. I will be doing a podcast later on. I don't know about tonight because I got a couple things going on function-wise. But it will happen because I got a lot to talk about, guys. All right, DJ Wolf, I'm out.